Hey everybody, Frank Chen here with REIClub.com, your lane to creative real estate. Today I got a quick new video for you covering the pros and cons to investing in turnkey properties. Now, like in all my videos, everything I talk about I include in the description below. Simply click show more and you can follow right along. Now, my reason for creating this video is as investors, we get approached many times to invest in turnkey properties. But what exactly are they? Well, usually they are already fully rehabbed, tenant occupied, cash flowing, and already managed type properties. I know that was a mouthful, but as an investor, we have the opportunity to invest in them. Now, they're typically passive forms of real estate investing, and they're best for busy professionals or investors who don't want to put that much work in, but still want to own rental property. Now, some of the major benefits of investing in turnkey properties is that you don't need a lot of experience. Now, I didn't say you don't need any experience. You still have to do your research and understand the market you're about to invest in. But I highly recommend that you do your due diligence over just taking someone else or a company's word that this is a great deal and it's cash flowing already, okay? Now, turnkey properties are typically part of a network, okay? An established turnkey investment system. They're gonna have in-house management, they're gonna have repair crews, they're gonna have tenant lists, an army of real estate agents. So, the longer you're part of these networks, there's a good opportunity they're gonna refer you a lot more deals to build and increase your portfolio. Also, because they have these networks in place, you're gonna expect lower vacancy periods. Now, don't, quote me on that, just because depending on how the market's doing, that could fluctuate, okay? Also, because they have in-house management, you don't have to deal with the usual hassles of landlording, such as dealing with troublesome tenants or having to deal with repair costs, having to do screening processes, all these things that take up a lot of your time, that is now saved. Also, for those investors out there who may say already own property or maybe live in a very saturated market where it's hard to find cash flowing properties, turnkey properties allow you to invest out of state. Maybe less demand less demand in areas, higher cash flow, a lower purchase price. So this just allows you to add other revenue streams into your existing business. But really the biggest advantage here is a time saver. All you're really doing for turnkey properties is you're managing the managers. Okay, now let's talk about some of the major cons. So cons is that, say this is not a really good type of deal for those who like to get hands-on. If you like to cut costs, like to budget, you like to understand where the numbers are going, then this is not maybe a good deal for you because there's a lot less control. Typically for these types of deals, you're just going in, buying the house as is, and taking on the cash flow. That's really it. Now, not all turnkey properties and companies are reputable, okay? I'm gonna put a lot of emphasis on that. That's where your due diligence comes in. It is very, very important for these types of deals. Also, it requires a lot of time and research to find that one good turnkey property. If you've ever done research on turnkey properties, there is a massive amount of inventory, and understand the ones who own them are usually the ones that are making the most money. So you need to really find that good deal. In order to do that, put forth the time and research. Also, cash flow is highly dependent on local market economics, meaning if job security is low, mortgage rates are high, you're not looking at a very good cash flow market, okay? You could be in the red in just a few months or a few years, depending on how much property that you own and how much the market has shifted. So you may require you to have a large cash buffer to kind of push you through these down markets. So definitely be prepared for those types of situations. Also, probably one of the biggest cons to turnkey property, and happens more frequently than we would like, is that costs are overstated. So you're going to get a much lower ROI than if you did it yourself or the rehab yourself. So higher purchase price for the seller, more rehab costs, meaning less ROI for you, the buyer, the investor. So again, if you do the rehab costs and you own the turnkey property, then you have a better idea of managing those cash flow numbers. Now, understand that turnkey investment properties tend to be a good option for the busy investor with just, say, some extra capital laying around. Now, it also offers the luxury of, owning real estate, having the cash flow of real estate, all without the headaches of actually having to landlord the property, which is a huge benefit. But, you know, keep in mind, like all deals, you can still get taken advantage of if you just simply don't know your stuff. So like all your investments, we recommend that you do your due diligence, put forth the research, ask questions where they can be asked, and you know, and really just make sure you know what you're doing and make a wise decision when you're spending your hard-earned dollars. Again, guys, this is Frank Chen with REIClub.com. Please take time to leave comments below, telling me what you thought about the video. Click the like button because it really does help us out. But most importantly, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep you informed when brand new videos just like this are posted. Again, thank you so much for your time and your continued support, and we look forward to talking to you next time. Take care, good investing, and bye-bye.